Hey everybody, Ash here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a variety of different bases for cooking in Black Desert Online. The ones that I'll be covering are red sauce, white sauce, dressing, essence of liqueur, and vinegar. For a lot of these, what you'll need are some starch and some fruits. And you can gather them, or you can invest in some nodes. In my previous tutorial I talked about how I have barley and I have sweet potato nodes on, using my contribution and my workers. My workers collect the barley and the sweet potatoes that are over in Media, and those are my starches. You can also have your workers gather some fruits, which you'll need for these bases. Costa Farm near Olvia up here. You can also do grapes, which are a fruit. And there's a variety of different other nodes that you could invest into. But if you're just starting out, you'll probably be gathering freehand or with a tool. So I'm going to show you that first. So I have cooking clothes on. I might want to put on some gathering tool clothes. I have a hoe, and that's going to help me get whatever I want. If you don't have a hoe when you're gathering for veggies and fruit and starch, you may not even get them. Alright. So I am near the northern wheat plantation right now, kind of east of it, and this is a good location to get all the items that you need for these bases. The first thing I'm going to gather are some starch. So I have potatoes here. These are potatoes, and I'm just trying to find, there we go, some that are active. There we go. Okay, so getting some potatoes. I'm going to do about 30 just so that I have enough. You'll need some starch when you get to the essence of liqueur and vinegar. And unfortunately I'm lagging a little bit, but I'm going to gather some quickly. I do have a life stone on, which is, oh look, I just got some seed. I have a lifestone on right now, which increases the chance of getting things and decreases my time for gathering. So if you aren't quite getting the speed that I am, that's one of the reasons. But just keep at it, and you'll be able to gather in no time. It does take some energy. At the top left, you can keep an eye on your total energy. You can gain more energy by talking to people, discovering different places. After a while, it gets to be so much energy you have to figure out what to spend it on. So I'm going to gather some potatoes. Let's see, I have 23. Let's do just a couple more. And then my next thing will be some fruits. Fruits are one of the things that most people farm actually themselves. So I have a couple gardens / farms. And you can buy the seeds from the seed vendor or the marketplace and produce some fruit, which is how I normally do it. But I'm going to show you some gathering here. Let's do one more. And there we go. So I'm going to go gather some fruit, which right here, here's some grapes. Still over here east of the northern wheat plantation. Since my home base is in Calpheon, that's where my house is, that's where a lot of my ingredients are. This is a good place for me to gather. So I'm going to go up to grape, just again using my hoe, which I know sounds odd because they're grapes, but that's what we do. And if someone has been here, you might have to swap channels by pressing escape and then CH channel shift, or you can wait for them to spawn again. Alright, so for fruit, we'll need that for essence of liqueur, we'll need that for vinegar, and we'll need that for white sauce. So I think I'll probably get about 30 again, or so. Let's see, where are there's my grapes. When you do farming on your own, there's a chance that you'll get higher quality ingredients, and that's useful when you do the higher tiers of cooking, or when you mass produce. Then you can use less if they're high quality. Everything that I'm getting here by doing it manually will just be normal quality, so I'll have to use the maximum number to make my recipes. Let's do... might be running out of grape trees. Grapevines, I should say. Yep, how many do I have? Oh, good enough. Okay. So now the next thing that I need for this tutorial on bases are pork. And pork is just one of the many red meats that you can use. And this is necessary for red sauce. Guess there's a meat component of the red sauce. Pork is pretty easy to get because lots of pigs around Calpheon for me. There's some here, and then there's a lot up at Bernanito Farm, all the way to Bree Tree Ruins, kind of up here too. So usually I do pork, and you need a butcher knife for this to work. I have some shining steel ones that go faster. So I gotta kill the pig first, and then you butcher it. And just be careful if you're at the lower end of levels, these actually do kind of hurt. When I first started gathering a long time ago, I had to be pretty careful. They can actually do quite a bit of damage if you don't have good enough defense. Alright, so I'm gonna butcher, and if you have a lot of energy and you're not sure how to use it, this is a really good use of your energy. Everybody wants meat, nobody wants to take the time to gather it. So you can sell it on the marketplace very easily. Most people will actually have a pre-order in on it, so it'll go very fast. This big guy is violent, so it's going to take a little longer. If you're wondering, my guy is a Musa. He's a class built on speed, so that's why I'm kind of chasing all over the place here. Alright, I'll say that's enough meat. So the next thing that I'll want to go get are some eggs. And eggs are something that's pretty hard when you're first starting out. But one of the very first things for node-wise you should invest in would be the chicken meat nodes. So there's two that I use. Velia in Bartali Farm. Chicken meat node here, and it does create chicken, lots of chicken, but it also does do eggs. And then the other, Finto Farm, which is east of Velia, also the poultry farming. You'll get lots of chicken, which is not very useful, but the eggs are gold. So invest in those as soon as you can. The other way to do it is to go farming on your own. And this is something that was only recently introduced. You actually can purchase chicken coops on the marketplace. If you go chicken, the easiest way to get it. There's also, I believe, a quest or something to get them. But chicken feed will basically have you farming chickens. There's the normal kind, base quality, there's good chicken feed, and then there's special chicken feed, which I have farmed. Farming does take some time and contribution points. You'll have to keep an eye out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 farms right now, which I'm headed to. If you have enough contribution points, you can rent fences. So, oops, not fences, fence. So in the NPC button, you can just type the word fence, and no matter where you are, there should be a couple people that will allow you to rent a fence. And it'll tell you in the details, you go to this person, small fence, which is the smallest, obviously, kind, 3 contribution points. There's a plain fence, there's a normal fence. I use strong fences, like from Girona, and that's 10 contribution points, which is quite a bit. But at the same time, you can have 10 spots to farm, and it's worth it, definitely. Rule of thumb is basically you get 1 spot per contribution point. So here's my farms. I do have cows too, which in later videos I'll tell you about that. But here's my chicken coops, chicken feed. I'm gonna manage the feed here just to have it more. But if they were done for me, I could gather it with the R, and it will give me some eggs. And that's a good way to get lots of eggs. It does take some time. The total, let's see, 17. So I think it's about 7 hours it takes, depending on where you put it, if you have workers working it, etc. So I have eggs in my storehouse, so I will go get those in a minute. Otherwise, I think we are ready. The only thing is that white sauce does need some milk, and that is from the, oops, wrong button here. You can buy haystacks for your farms. I keep doing plural. Special haystack is what I have. You will get some meat, you'll get milk, and you will also get some hide every so often from farming with cows. But what I forgot to show you is getting milk the manual way. If you're wondering what to spend some energy on, this is a really good thing to do, because milking does cost energy. It is a type of gathering. And there's different places, pretty much in every classic territory. So Balanos, Rendia, Calpheon. There's a couple farms where you can milk. I like Vale's Dirt. There's also down here, Bane Farmland. They both have cows that you can milk, and there's daily quests. There's also some up here too, which I forgot a little bit where they totally are, but there's a map for that. So I'm gonna head over there, milk my cows, unless I totally have the wrong place. Nope, I have it. There we go. So here's all the cows. I just walk up to the cow and press R, and it's a really short mini game. So you press L, and then basically you just go right, left on your keys. Not on your keys, on your mouse. Just be careful to not go too fast. If you do, the cow will kick you out. And if you get too slow and you run out of the 30 seconds, then you'll also get kicked out. They will literally kick you. So I just got my milk, and I got 10 from that. It ranges from 5 to 10 usually is what you'll get from one run. So I'll show you this. So I'm going to go a little faster. If you get too fast like that, oh, failed. You'll see the red. And it cost me 2 energy too. Even though I failed, it still cost me the energy. Alright, let's do one more. So again, if you have lots of energy to spend, not sure what to do, milk is a great thing to do. You can also post it on the marketplace and it'll sell really fast. Alrighty, so I got some milk. I think we're good to go back. We're gonna go to our chef, which I know is Herba. You can also use the NPC guide and click on cooking. In most towns, the person who is the chef, the cooker, is also the tavern owner. Alrighty. So to recap, we did some fruit, which can be grapes, strawberries. Here's some strawberries from my farming days. Lots of different kinds of fruit. We also got some starch. Potato this time. It could also be corn, wheat, barley, sweet potato. Lots of different kinds of starches. We got some red meat. I chose pork. You can also go get rhinos, cows, pretty much anything but bird meat. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, I have thousands and thousands of chicken meat from farming with the nodes, but that's useless in this recipe. And then we also got some milk from the cows. Alrighty. So we're gonna go to our chef just to get the rest of our ingredients for our bases. There we go. Alrighty. So we're gonna need some cooking wine. And we're gonna need, what else? We need some salt. Salt is up here. We need some sugar. I'm just buying in mass since I use a lot of this. We'll need some base sauce, which is at the bottom here. And we'll need some olive oil. And I believe that is all we need. Yep, egg, salt, olive oil, leavening agent. There we go. Forgot that one. Need your leavening agents. Okie dokie. So now I'm gonna go get the rest of my eggs from storage. Again, I usually get those from my nodes or my farms.
This is the bank of hope.
Just gonna get myself some more of that for milk. And let's just get all the olive oil just in case. Okay. There we go. So here's some that you see are already done. Magic TV. We're gonna go to our house. In my first video, I talked about how to invest your contribution to get a house. And now that I have my house, my cooking utensils are also here. I'm gonna turn on my cooking clothes. I have my special pearl costume on too. And I'll turn on my alchemy stone. So the first one we'll do is red sauce. Pretty simple. Red sauce is the base for different ingredients that are kind of meaty. So it's used in cheese gratin, lizard kebab, steak, and teff sandwich. This is one you won't be using a whole lot until you get to the higher grades. Alright, so for red sauce, you're going to use some base sauce first. Just one. You'll need 2 sugar, 1 red meat, and 2 mineral water, which is always in a weird place, it seems. Huh. Did I put away my water? Sorry, I'm blinking. Well then, we're gonna go get some water. I bet you're watching this and you're like, oh yeah, you didn't actually buy it. Good thing I have a storage keeper very nearby. Okay, water.
This is the bank of hope.
Back to the house. Okay, Moikai one more time. So, base sauce 1. Sugar 2. 1 red meat. And we're going to do the water. And for water, it's 2. Continuous with that, and let's make 2 of them. Alright, so that'll do its cooking. If you accidentally mess up, it'll pop up and say something's not quite right. Unfortunately, it will use your ingredients though. And there we go. We got our red sauce. Depending on how high your cooking rank is, you might get more red sauce than you bargained for. So I got 5 even though I did 2. Alright, red sauce is done. Next we're going to move on to white sauce. And white sauce is used for a lot of stir fries and pastas. Coconut pasta, fish fillet, stir fry seafood. This one is similar. Cream sauce base. So base sauce 1 first. We're going to do 1 milk. We're going to do 1 fruit. And we're going to do 2 cooking wines. And that should get you white sauce. Again, how I mentioned I could use my special kinds of fruit, but since this only calls for 1 fruit, it's better to just use the normal kind. Otherwise you'd be wasting that. So let's make 2 of those. Alrighty. So we got our white sauce just about done. Okay, there we go. Next we have dressing. Dressing is used for salads, like you would think. Fish fillet salad, hunter salad, lean meat salad, what am I saying? Seafood mushroom salad, and whale meat salad. And the different salads usually are with movement or some kind of buff, which are good to have. So, we're going to do olive oil, 1 mineral water, 1 egg, and 2 salt. So these bases are easy. Just need the ingredients. They're all beginner 1 skills. So even if you're just starting out, you can make them. And they do sell on the marketplace. You can tell there's been 113,000 traits for dressing. Okay, dressing's done. Essence of liqueur is next, or liquor. I like to say liqueur. And it's used in coconut cocktails, wines, boiled shellfish, and steamed bird. It's a good one to have lots of because you might be using it in mass produce. The first thing you need to get is flour, actually. And flour is used by processing, so I'm going to put on my craftsman clothes. And you need to grind your starch. So I pressed L to get my processing window up. Do grinding and then right click on your starch. And I only need 1 flour, so I'm just going to let it go for 1 time. Or maybe twice, we'll see. There we go, 2 flour. So that's all that was. If you're AFK for a while, it's always good to grind some starch for flour. You'll use it a lot. Okay, so for essence of liqueur, 1 flour, any kind of starch, except for the kinds from Valencia. 1 flour, 1 fruit. Since it's only 1, I'm going to stick with the normal kind of fruit. And just one leavening agent. Cook that up. And there is essence of liqueur. Okay, last one. Last but not least is vinegar. And vinegar is often used in salads and steamed products. They all give you kinds of buffs. So for vinegar, you'll need 1 starch. So for me, that's potato. A fruit. 1 leavening agent. And 1 sugar. Cook it up. And there we go. It looks very similar to essence of liqueur, but it's vinegar. So that was it. Thanks for watching. All of those were beginner bases. They're often used in higher tier recipes. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe, follow me on Twitch or Twitter for more videos in the future. Thanks for watching.